Yeah, I think it started. Yes, it has
Yeah, there
started.
it goes. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, so you guys are renting your camera right now.
That's correct.
Okay. One of the first things that I recommend is to make sure now that you've got a serial number to work with, you can go ahead and download the firmware as well. You should try and make sure. A lot of times rental shops don't update firmware because they've got too many pieces of equipment. They don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's going to be in your best interest to make sure that you've got the newest one in there. It also makes it. I'm not a big fan. I mean, for really big jobs, when I have to rent equipment, I do, but I'd rather have my own so that I've got it all set up the way that I like it. And with Canon, you've got very specialized. You've got two menus you're working with, so it's
Yes.
kind of weird. And so I always save my menu settings, my customized settings, onto an SD card. So what I would suggest is get yourself a spare SD card, and when you get the camera, then you can adjust the settings to make it work better for you, and then save those settings to that card, and then just take it out. And then when you get the camera again for another shoot, you can go ahead and stick it back in and reload your settings.
Makes sense. Perfect.
It's a good idea for you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I am a big, big fan of the 12-bit color and shooting in RAW.
Okay.
Yes, the files are big. They're they're crazy to deal with when you're editing. You're definitely you need 2K proxies just to be, and I got a monster of a machine and I still need proxies because once I start adding
Yes.
effects, it just
Yeah.
bogs down. But
Yes.
it looks so beautiful. I mean, we used to be stuck with 8-bit. Now we finally most of the cameras are 10-bit. 10 bits like a little more than a billion colors. And that sounds great. But when you look at 12-bit, it jumps up to over 68 billion colors.
Mm.
So that's tremendous. Plus, you get much more dynamic range. You jump about 3 to 5 stops of dynamic range when you're shooting raw LT. And it enables you to go ahead, and you have to use an extra power pack, but it enables you to also go ahead and shoot 60 frames, 59.94, which is going to give you a much smoother playback on the headsets. And that's the whole thing is with that headset an inch away from your eyeballs. You want all the clarity, you want all that color definition, all that color depth. You want as much of it as you can. So my suggestion, bite the bullet and shoot raw.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
I interrupt you for a while? Yes. So, just a question I had. I mean, of course, input wise, get the most possible, well taken. When it comes to weaving with the present Quest 2, do we able to differentiate 8-bit versus 12-bit?
Yes,
Does that support?
yes. The only difference being with the Quest 2, instead of outputting at the full resolution of 8192 by 4096, which is what you get with raw LT, you have to scale it down when you get done editing. Your final output from Premiere needs to go down to a maximum of 7200 by 3600. Now, if you're uploading to DOVR,
Yeah.
then you can leave it at 8192 by 4096.
Okay.
They're handling now, they will handle up to 12K resolution.
Yes, I saw the news.
So they are really, and so what happens is you send them the absolute best that you can, and then they scale it based on the headset that's being watched with. And it's just like, it's the same concept that was used for shooting with RED cameras for 2D. You're shooting with this big monster camera that puts in so much, and then you're scaling it down, or you're cropping it, but you're getting better resolution. You're getting better pixel density, which makes a huge difference in the image. So that's Quest 2 doesn't quite handle. There's some discretion about that, but they say that the maximum where you're really full saturation is at 7200 by 3600 on the Quest 2. That's if you're side loading that in for people to watch. But if you're going to, well, YouTube, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. They're so disgusting. It's terrible what they're doing for stuff. I still use it. I got literally a shitload of views on YouTube. I mean, I'm at 27 million views on my channel, and I still kind of hate it.
Happy. Yeah, I mean, it was shocking to see even the Canon's promotional content, the ones shot in jungles and stuff. They're so pixelated. I mean, it just doesn't encourage one to jump onto this boat, despite having the very best possible experience.
Well, one of the things that's good about the Quest 2 is that even if we're all slaves to how good our internet is now. If you've got really good internet, then you're okay.
Yeah.
But what the Quest products do is they allow you to do a high profile cache. And now that's if you're watching Meta TV. I think we can, you can download a certain amount of files if you're a premium member on DOVR, and then you're experiencing the full resolution as well. I mean, the guys at DOVR are just doing so much better job at making sure that your stuff looks really, really good. There's just no question about it. It's not even apples and oranges. It's like apples and squashed tomatoes, you know.
Are they still offering? I mean, I remember sometime back they were like, dump in all your inputs and we compile and make a cut for you. Are they still on from their end?
I have, honestly, what they're trying to do is they're desperate to get as many new creators as they can. They're getting good response as far as members. They're getting about 30% of their members join the premium, which is where we can make our money. I have watched my income with them slowly climb, and I'm at a pretty darn good. I can proudly say that I've got the highest rated channel and the highest income channel on the platform. But I've got almost 250 videos out on the platform, and I keep putting 1 to 2 new videos every week. That's the secret to it. It's a content monster, and it wants to eat. And if you don't feed it, everybody goes someplace else because there's always somebody else putting up new stuff.
Yeah. No, I think they strongly have to come up with a web version of their own, so that it becomes the YouTube for VR.
I think they do have a web for DOVR. You can go to you can play it off the website, but since you're not in the headset, you're only going to see things in 2D. I would like to see, and I'm going to mention this to them, and they're doing it. They're offering it. It's kind of funny. They offer Anaglyph inside their app, but they don't offer it on the web version. I think they should start doing that, because then with a simple pair of Anaglyph, red cyan glasses, more people could be watching it in 3D. So I think that, and if they've already got it in the app, they should be able to translate that into the web version as well.
Yeah, I mean, actually, just for the sake of the quality of content to be seen. I mean, unlike the compressed version from the YouTube, at least you can appreciate the high res on a flat monitors.
Yes.
This part, that's it.
Absolutely. And if you really want to see what the Canon can do, take a look at some of the stuff that I'm shooting with this. I've got this burlesque theater that I've been shooting I'm shooting them every other week now. So I've got more new content coming constantly from them. And it's a theatrical presentation. So you've got really harsh spotlights and you've got really deep blacks outside the spotlight area. And you want to be able to see all that detail. And with the 12-bit color, and I'll tell you a little secret, this is my little trick that I use. It's worth the investment. And if you want to get it, I'll send you, I think you can get a 15% discount on it. But Topaz Labs Video Enhance, And what I do is I do a manual. I use Proteus, which is one of their things, and then I use the manual and I do an estimate. But then I take the sharpness up to 100, and I take the denoise to about 50 to 80, depending upon how dark it is. And when it gets done, it's just unbelievably beautiful. I mean, you can see all the details in the black, and that's what the Canon gives you. That's what all that 68 billion colors is all about. So I really recommend. I mean, sometimes it's a matter of you're shooting a long time. I mean, I've got two 1 terabyte CF cards, Sabrent. I like the Sabrent brand, and I've got one SanDisk 512. So that gives me roughly 52 minutes on each one of the 1 terabytes, and about 28 minutes on the 512. So it eats up a lot, but at the same time, the results that I'm getting are just fantastic. Of course, now for my archiving, I'm using Seagate 16 terabyte drives. So that's just insane, you know, when I think back about what I used to have.
I think for a month,
When I have 15 TB of drive, it's no use and at all.
That's crazy.
It's filled of everything.
I don't know if you can see behind, I can't see it too well behind, but on the shelf behind, there's, you know, I was using WD, the little 5 terabyte drives. And, you know, it got to the point where I was just going through them like candy, you know, and I do 2 drives for each group. So I have a main and then I have the backup, because let's face it, you guys know, the most expensive thing that you own is not your cameras, it's your content.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the ways that I've been able to make more money on DOVR is I've been shooting 3D way before. I've been shooting 3D for about 30 years already. And so I've taken my old 3D stereoscopic and I've upscaled it using Topaz, and I'm putting that on the channel and getting great response from it. So I've got documentary stuff that I shot for Discovery Channel that's on there now, and there's more coming. So, you know, we have a unique opportunity if you've been in the business long enough to have a good library that you can use and get passive income from, and that's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, for your information, Al, see, so far we've been into the 360 world. I have started with the Samsung, the small cube ball, and then
golf ball.
the very early toy we had, then the Kodak, and then slowly we transitioned. Now we have the best in class. I mean, at least to my level, the Kondo Obsidian R. So
that's beautiful.
So we got that, and we kind of have a flow of this, and we're doing. But we're not really much into a huge number of content generation and stuff. We do it say corporate and only the paid business cases. But we do have thoughts of going a little all out and produce more pro bono content and see how to monetize those. There we're stepping in, and with 180, this is a limitation with the camera movement is something that this totally gets you off from. So you can have a bit of fluid movements and stuff that you can think. Otherwise in 360 it's not possible. So this is where we got into this, and of course the stereo effect, which is much more impactful when it comes to seeing the depth and how best you can appreciate the environment.
Yep.
And we've been trying to work with the movie industry here and trying to pitch in few behind the scenes and then promo content in this category. We did shoot few things in the past. We had an aero show in the last year, but unfortunately we didn't have time and resource to kind of sit on and make it a watchable content end of the day. And then we also struggled with the workflow that is a little nasty in a way. So it kind of halted for a long. Then we decided that we need to start somewhere. So that's how we getting connected now. And the whole idea now is to get started and at least know the basics in terms of shoot and then make a cut. Yes,
Okay.
improvisation and stuff will take a long in down the line for sure. But yeah, we wanted to have the first step taken now.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let's jump into it. How do I, okay, there's share. So let me bring up, I've got a bunch of monitors here. I'm gonna move this one up here. Okay, good. That looks, yeah, okay. Put that one big there. Okay, good. And let me open up Premiere. Actually, let's start with EOS VR, and let me share window, screen, window, or tab. Window. Let's see. Let's go to. Yeah, there we go. Share. Okay, so what I did this morning was I grabbed my camera and I just shot a couple of 10-second shots in my room. Okay, so here you see, and so what I've got here is, I'll bring this one over. You should be able to see that when I popped on top. So here's your contents. Your raw is always going to be inside the CRM because those are .crm files. And this XML, of course, as you know, is very important. That's got all the information about it. Forgive me if I kind of like go over the basics because I want to make sure I cover everything for you.
No. You bang on,
No,
and we have more to trouble you actually, because this is where we are stuck for that matter. So yeah, go ahead. You
Okay.
get
All
done
right.
with your version. And
Okay, and then inside the DCIM file, you've got the XAVC and the HEVC.
yeah,
I don't
and
recommend shooting with H.264 for one reason. H.264, you're going to get macro blocking, and especially when you're getting up into big file sizes, it's just not going to look pretty. And if you use HEVC, you don't get the macro blocking problem. So, and plus you actually get more content on the, because it's smaller files.
yeah.
But like I say, I shoot exclusively, unless it's really unusual, I shoot raw LT. So to get to that, you open up the VR utility and you go here to folder. And by the way, this is something that, I've been working with Canon on this software since before it came out. And I've been complaining to them about this since the beginning, but they still haven't fixed this one thing. The still images, you can only bring in JPEGs. So if you shoot, so what I do when I shoot 3D stills is I shoot RAW and JPEG.
Okay.
Then I can bring them in to the VR utility with the JPEG, and I can convert them. With the RAW, I bring those into Lightroom first. I make all my adjustments to them, and then I export them as JPEGs. Then you can bring it into EOS VR utility, and you can unwarp it, and you've got your beauty right there. So let's go to where are we? Oh, I took that out. I moved them into my Seagate drive here. Whoops. Whoa, that was interesting. It just crashed. Let me open it back up again. I've never seen that do that before. Bear with me here a second.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so let's try and get to that folder. So we select the folder. We go here. We go here. There.
Screen.
And there we are. So you get to the reel and you click OK. And then
Screen share.
Your screen
Sorry?
is not sharing.
the screen is not sharing. Oh, it dropped the screen share. That's weird. Okay, let me put it back up again. Okay, are you seeing it now?
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did is I went in to select the folder. I made a folder here for training, and I put the camera in there, and I go into CRM and then into Reel and click OK, and then whatever is in RAW is there. And so here's just this very quick one. Now, you've got this lens mask, which I like using it. Some people don't. You can turn it on and off. They've also added image stabilization, and it does a pretty darn good job. And if your trackability is for motion and blur is for a more extreme motion. So most times all you need is for trackability. And you can also do horizontal correction, like it just did a slight horizontal jump because I was just hand holding the camera and I wasn't making sure that it was 100%. You can look at it in fisheye. I don't know why you would, but you can. Then you can go into raw development. And this is something that I use with really with a big grain of salt, because I would rather do most of my adjustments inside Premiere. I like to use Colorista as a color balancing and color grading and color correction. But sometimes for really low light situations, I will go here and change this to custom settings. When I'm shooting in a low light situation, like at the burlesque theater, then I go in and I bring up my noise reduction, and that softens up the image and gets rid of some of it. I did try working with the sharpness, but I didn't like how it looked. You guys, feel free to play around with that the way that you like, but it takes a good amount of time to go ahead, and I don't think it likes being in screen share with this. Oh, there, yeah, it doesn't. I've done this with Zoom, but I've never done it with Microsoft. So let me see. We'll bring it back up again. I'm just about through this part of it. Let me bring it back up on the share. I hope it doesn't do it on Premiere. Maybe it's because I've got so many damn windows. All right, so let's open that back up again. And then there's the one more step. If you guys have questions along the way, please feel free to just jump in and ask away.
Yeah, we do have, actually, we have the very basic begin with. We have issues with the US.
Okay. Okay, so when you get done with the adjustments that you want to do, if you hit trackability, it's going to take some time. And of course, the longer the clip, the longer it takes. And of course, that has to do also with what computer you've got. Then you get this open up, and you have a choice of outputting these various formats. I use HEVC 444 MP4 10-bit. I love what it looks like. It does a great job. They've also added that you can now, if you want to, it'll create a 360 for you. So you can do top bottom 360 with this. Just the back end, of course, is black. And you can change the resolution if you want to here, but why? and it's just a matter of hit browse, decide where you want to put it, and then hit export. So that's this in a nutshell. Any questions about this?
Yeah, if you don't mind, can just share the screen and just run through the trouble we have right here to begin.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Let me turn off my share because I got a feeling we'll have a problem. Okay, my share is off. I'm going to close down that, and you can go open up yours.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, like I said, the VR utility only works with RAW.
Yeah. So yeah, this is something. So we also have the plugin installed. So can we go to the Premiere and then try that?
Yes, I've got Premiere already set up with the plugin. You do have to pay for I see it's telling you need to pay for it.
No.
When I first started, they gave you 30 days for free.
Yeah. No, matter of fact, I have subscribed for this actually. But
we have subscribed for this. But it's still on this page.
That's weird.
Yeah, just go say yes to that. Let us see.
It may just take you to it and try and you do have to reboot after you do the paid for.
It's been done multiple times.
Yeah.
Kind of old fashioned that way, and we're so used to all the new programs now, you don't have to bother rebooting, but Canon, their guy that does this is a third-party developer. He doesn't even work directly for Canon. He's a freelancer.
Indeed.
Now they may have changed that, because that was when we first started, and it was like very bare bones.
Yeah. But okay. Yes, can you just have the Premiere open and see how do we access plugin version of this? If not the.
That's the cool thing about Premiere. So let me go back to sharing. Go ahead and stop your screen, and I'll share mine again.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped it.
Okay, so here's Premiere. So, oops, let me click share. Okay, bang, there's Premiere. Now, here's my MP4 and my XML. It won't read the XML, so you don't need to bother, but I'm going to take the two MP4s, and I'm just going to drag them into the asset folder that I created already. And they're loading them. So now you see they're right here. I'm going to take one, and I'm just going to drop it in and create a new timeline. And look at that. It's already converted. So you don't have to do anything. Now, the good side of that is that you don't have to do anything. The bad side of that is that you can't do those other adjustments. So you can't do the noise reduction, and you can't change the ISO if you're shooting RAW. So that's why my preferred way of doing it is I use the EOS VR utility. It's my pre-processing way. That's what I call it. And then I bring everything into Premiere. And the one thing that you will probably have to do is right-click on both of them, go to Modify, and go to VR Properties, and make sure that they're reading properly. With the RAW, it doesn't always show that it's side by side. Sometimes it thinks it's monoscopic, and you got to change. So then you have to do the conform. But as you can see here with this, since the plugin is in, it automatically knows. So it goes ahead and sets it for the right properties. So then I can go here to my, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Al, can you just share a smallest possible raw file so that we can quickly get this now?
Yes. You want me to go through rendering it?
No, not rendering. If you can share me the raw file as an input.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I was asking if you can share the raw file as an input so we can try this at our hand. We have only MP4 as an input.
Oh, sure. I can send these to you via well, I've got WeTransfer, which can do up to 2 gigs. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
these are really small.
And the smallest is good. Just so that we can just take this and see.
I'll bring in a raw one. I'll bring in the raw that I did, and we can take a look at it. Now I've changed this over. See, the raw takes a little bit more time. It still hasn't done anything. Again, this is why I like to do it that way. Let me go ahead and start sending you this this file so that you can, oh, I got it up here. All right, let's do this. And we'll go to WeTransfer. Maybe what should I go ahead? Do you want me to go ahead and process? Oh, damn. My CRM file is over 2 gig. I'm going to have to send it to you by Dropbox and let you download it.
Yeah, anything is fine. If I can also give you this.
I'll just put it in Dropbox, and then you guys can download it. And when you've got it downloaded, let me know, and then I'll just delete it.
Yeah, sure.
That'll be an easier way to go.
Or you can try use this. Oops.
So what I'll do is I'll just grab the whole. Let's see. I don't know if it likes me doing it this way. Yeah, it should.
You can try
the
one
whole camera file and just drop it in. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of time to.
Sure.
Let's move on while we're waiting for that.
Okay. A quick check. Sorry, yes. Did you get the MP4 into the Premiere and see what is happening?
1 minute. I'll just import.
Okay, keep doing. Yeah, please carry on.
Please carry on, sir.
All right, so it's still syncing. I'll send you the link as soon as it syncs up.
Sure.
Actually, I can actually send you the link to the folder. Let me do this. Okay, and I'll send it to you. We've got chat on this, right?
Yeah.
I should be able to just send it to you on chat. Where are we? I got so many folders open on my browser. Okay, go to chat, and here's your link for Dropbox. Okay.
Yeah. When you look at the monitors, looks like you're in a control room.
So I should have turned on some lights because this is pretty dark. But I can just let's just throw Lumetri on it real quick, just to bring it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes auto doesn't really react so fast. All right, so I brought it up a little bit. It's not quite right, but at least you can see it on the screen better. Okay, it looks like everything's over there, so you should be able to download that now.
Yeah, I'm downloading.
Cool.
I'm downloading.
Okay, great. So did you reopen Premiere to see if that's working? If the plugin is working?
1 minute. Sir, your file, it's showing file import failure. Import reported a generic error.
Okay, then are you
Maybe
using my
it's
file or your file, right?
Yeah, it's his file. I'll download. It's showing 5 minutes to download.
Okay.
It's
Now the other thing about another reason again why I like using RAW and going through EOS VR is you don't have the lens mask here. So you've got this little black area, that covers up the lens, but it's just not as smooth looking to me. I like the lens mask. I thought it was a good addition. So that's that, and this is with the let's see, which one did I put one in, and here's the other one. So here's that one. So let me just copy Lumetri and throw it on it. Yeah, see, the thing about using RAW and putting it in is it takes time to go ahead and do that conversion. Whereas if you're doing MP4 HEVC or XF AVC, all this alphabet soup, then it does it right away. So I believe this is HEVC. Let me see properties. Where are you? There you are. It just says EOS VR format, so it's not even letting you know. But I believe the second one was HEVC, and the first one here was XF AVC. So it all depends on to you guys what you want to work with, but so you see how that works. This one still hasn't done anything. It just takes a lot of time, which is why I don't really like it. I actually got rid of the Adobe plugin, and I just reactivated it today for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. While we're working on that, is there any other questions that you have or anything else that you want me to show you?
Okay, so now given we use ER utility and should draw, in Premiere we need no plugin, nothing. Is that right?
I don't, like I said, I don't use it. I just bring them in and then I go ahead and make proxies.
Yeah, that's right. So fine. Okay, I'm just getting the raw file downloaded, and I want to make sure my EOS utility is working, which is not right at the moment because I have the MP4. So let
Okay.
me just confirm that. Meanwhile, if you have anything else, yes, we can ask.
Well, I mean, this is the rest of it is just basic editing. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys have been editing a long time, so I don't want to go over stuff that you don't need. So if there's any other questions that you have, then
Yeah.
I feel better addressing that so that you kind of have that whole complete picture.
Yes.
From here, I do my color balance, I do cutting, transitions, blah, 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 blah. And then I output as HEVC, and I use 120 megabits per second.
Okay.
Yeah,
what
your
I've done
file
is
has file downloaded just now. I have imported to Premiere.
Did you do the MP4 or the which file?
Yeah, MP4. MP4.
Okay.
MP4.
So that should automatically convert, just like you saw it do on mine.
Yeah.
Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn my screen off. There you go. You're open.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. I just downloaded here.
Right. And just drag it over to the timeline. And oh, you got it. Okay, there it is. Okay, for some reason, your plugin is not working at this point.
Yeah.
Let me try something here. Like I said, I don't work with, see if they've upgraded this. Originally, it was only for RAW, but maybe now they're doing more. So yeah, okay. I just opened up EOS VR utility and boom, here it is. So let's switch again. Let me show you what I just did. I'll share screens again. Go ahead and cut that off and let me share my window.
I stopped sharing my screen.
Okay. So here's EOS VR utility. So you could get rid of the Adobe plugin completely. It's now handling the MP4. So there it is. I took those two little short MP4s, the XABC and the HEVC, and you see it right there. And I can go in and the one thing you can't do is you can't do raw development because it's not raw. So you can't change anything there. But it will automatically go ahead and even. And now we're doing number 4, H.264. Okay, so I actually did an 8.264 for you. So there's that. And then this one is. Now we're doing HEVC. This is the HEVC. Okay. So you see, you can use the EOS VR utility and go ahead and it'll even do the image stabilization.
Yeah.
Or will it? Let me see. You know what? Image stabilization. There's one thing I got to remember to tell you. It's got to be more than 10 seconds. Otherwise, you can't do an image stabilization. So you notice over here, it says VR and it shows the hand, but it has an X through the hand. That means that you cannot do stabilization on it. So it has to be a longer file in order to do it.
Got it.
Okay. So why don't you try that on your EOS VR? I'll go off the share screen again. Bring up your EOS VR and let's take a look and see if that's working for you.
So okay, I hope my screen is up.
Oh, there you go. Look at it. Perfect.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, it is totally inactive. I can't do any selection. It just doesn't.
What do you mean? What kind of selection? This has got, by the way, click the LUT button at the bottom.
Left button.
Yeah, LUT at the bottom there. Yeah. At the bottom of the screen, click that. There's
Yeah.
there's the original version of it, and then click, and it does a BT 709 LUT and lays it in right on top right away.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Okay.
Where is that? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So if you hit LUT again, then it'll turn it back on again. And
Okay, who are you looking at? Is it my screen that you see, or Yashas you have screen?
I turned off my screen.
My screen is sharing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is your screen.
Yeah. Should I disconnect?
F volume. Okay. No, go on. So you are able to do this?
Yeah.
It's working for you?
I don't see
Yeah.
the try to click the export button because it doesn't look like it's highlighted. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're fine. Now you don't want to do DPX, that's for sure. So under file
Yeah.
format, do the drop down. And you want to go down to, yeah, there you go. You're ready to rock and roll, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just do that and maybe close your screen and let me just show up mine, if you don't mind.
Okay. I'm closing my screen.
Yeah.
And that'll render really quick too because it's just such a short clip.
Okay. Yeah. Is my screen up now, guys?
I see,
Yeah.
yes. It's got a white background and you've got, there you go. Okay. Click
Yeah,
on
now-
one of the, so you notice almost all of yours, you can do stability on. The ones that
Okay.
don't have the line through them, you can stabilize if you need to.
Yeah. Perfect. Let me just.
Yeah, CRM and then click the reel.
Yeah.
Okay, that one you don't have any raw, so you just go down to the other folders. Anyone below 100 Canon.
Yeah, this I have. This is already selected actually.
The clip is also that. I believe the clip should be clip SO01 should be XF ABC.
No, it has nothing actually.
Got nothing in it. Okay.
No, but I get this one from you right now.
Right. So that one you should see that. There you go. And
okay. This is strange.
It's spinning. Got all the information. It's must need a little more time to load.
Okay. Meanwhile, can I just get some more? Oops.
No, you can only do one folder at a time.
Sorry for that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is something I
gotta download that. You got to download. That's why it's not reading it. You need to install.
I have it.
It's
I have
not
it actually.
It's not seeing it yet. So maybe you might have to reinstall it and then restart your computer again.
Done this plenty times actually.
I can imagine you guys must be like going crazy with this at this point.
Yeah, because see, this is
you
not
don't read anything because it's not seeing that it's not reading the HEVC.
not even S265 4.
But the software needs it.
Yeah,
because
see,
you're going to be export. You have to be able to export. The HEVC is a freebie. It's not even. Yeah, see, it's going to keep telling that you need the Canon HEVC activator, which is also on the Canon download page. But you're going to have
it's
to
on the download page. We have installed and reinstalled multiple times. It doesn't seem to get it.
That's weird. Yeah, that should be right. And then you have to just put the serial number in and bada boom, bada boom.
But you see, we have it already. You can see that.
Okay, try it again. Otherwise, there's some kind. That looks almost like a Windows problem. I don't know.
Yeah, but it is so consistent across. I mean, not just my system, but one on Yash also.
Yeah.
Says it's completed successfully. Now you're going to have to reboot though to
Yeah,
make sure that.
I know, I get your point, but it just doesn't work, unfortunately. Fine, I'll save it for the next attempt. Meanwhile,
Okay.
I think I could read the one from you. That was a little strange.
I think let's see which one you were reading, because you're not reading any of yours.
No, it was the one you see right now is basically my library existing.
Yes.
Now I'm getting the one from you, which, yeah, seemed to be working relatively, in the sense, at least you see the,
Okay, click it.
make selection.
Okay, yeah. Now that is the raw.
Yes.
So now we're looking at two different possibilities. I think what we need to do is you send me one of your that you're having trouble opening, and let me try and open it here.
Yeah. Can you get?
And
I mean,
if
you
it's
see
a problem
the
with the file, or if it's some other problem on your computer.
perfect. You see the link on the chat.
Okay, this one right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I just clicked on that.
Okay. I think I'll stop screen share so that you can take over.
Okay. Let me see.
Yes. Meanwhile, you had any luck with the MP4 that I had shared?
Yeah, MP4 is without the HEVC, MP4 is getting exported or imported. HEVC is not getting imported at all.
Okay, so I'm looking at input. Okay.
Go to the 418 folder.
Okay. All right, then let me just try and download one set.
Okay.
So we don't have to I don't know how big the files are, so.
The you could go for 044, which is about 1 gig.
044.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I'll do that one. Okay. And we go here, and we go here, and we go here. And it's downloading now, so give it just a second or two, hopefully.
And just to confirm, Al, EOS utility is not available on the Mac.
I'm sorry, about Mac. What about Mac?
EOS utility, is it available on Mac?
I believe it is, but like I
Okay.
say, I'm a PC guy, so I don't really pay too much attention to that. Sorry.
Understandable.
Same
I
here.
walked away from Mac after when they came out with Final Cut 10, and it was such a disaster. I just said, "Oh, this
Yes.
is insane. I can't do this." I used to teach Final Cut 7, and then I just said Final Cut 10 was such a mess. I said, "No, that's it. I'm done." Okay, it's still downloading, so we got to give it a few minutes here.
This plugin is Premiere exclusive, is it?
Yes.
It won't work on Resolve or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
If you ask me about Resolve, I'll tell you, Resolve is like trying to put a round peg in a square hole. You can hammer it in, but it sure isn't going to look pretty.
Got it.
I'm not a Resolve fan. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I do my editing on Resolve itself. That's my first go-to software. But I learned everything on Premiere, so
Okay.
it would be good. I handle both softwares.
You know, Premiere has built-in VR plugins and effects. It was designed for VR. Whereas, you know, and I as far as Mac goes, I know the guy who did the software for it. I used to hire him on jobs.
Okay.
Tim Dashwood. They bought his software for Mac. But DaVinci, I don't know why. I mean, it's great for color, and maybe as a final for color, it's viable, but only for really high-end productions, because I can do the exact same things with Colorista, and it's just much more user-friendly in my mind. That's just my personal thing. Okay, we're still downloading. It's 500 megabytes and downloading. So, any other questions that you guys have questions about besides this part? I can see this has been your big stepping stone that you're falling over a lot.
Yeah, this is the first step, and this is
Now, it could be that there's the interesting thing is my files are working on your computer.
Yeah.
But your files aren't. So I'm starting to think there's maybe a problem with what you shot. I don't know.
Yeah, you need to verify that.
I mean, this is like the final step. If it's not this, if I can't open them, then there's something wrong with the file.
Yeah.
Which in some ways, I think you guys might be relieved because you'd lose the footage, but at least you're not banging your head against the wall like you're doing right now. I mean, I feel bad.
Yes.
I think you understand.
I do. It's like you want a solution, but so far the solution that's coming isn't the one that you really want.
Yes.
Hopefully, hopefully it's something else. I don't know. It's weird. And then when you downloaded this from the card, you downloaded all the files, all the XML information and everything with it, and
that's right.
Yes.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, it should work.
I can play it back. I can play it back on Mac for that matter, because it's something really strange. How much ever you might like the window or the PC world, but Mac does the best when it comes to media.
It always did. It always did. Like I said, the only reason I stepped away from it was because the whole debacle when 10 came out, and after I got away from it, I was just so disgusted. I said, well, I got everything working here. I'd always kind of bridge between. I used to build my own hybrid machines.
Okay.
So I used to, boot up, and I even got remember the little square plug-in? It was I still have it around someplace. I keep it just for, those dongles that we used to use for everything. So, I used to boot up through it and have hybrid machines. Okay, good. This just did. So let me unzip it here.
As you do, so you're shooting with R5 or the 5C?
5C.
C is preferred.
Yeah. Canon gave me the 5 first to work with. And I managed to freeze it up like about 5 or 6 times. So they were like, oh, it was like, oh, gee. All right, let's see if I can bring it in. Let me share my screen.
I was, the first time I used the 5 with the built-in batteries, 5 minutes you're out. I was like, what's happening?
Oh, yeah. I have multiple big batteries that I use.
There and I just simply had the V-mount so that there's no problem now.
All right, let's see if it'll read yours. Oh, here it is. You're watching it, guys. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Ta-da!
Hey, now get me your system then. Al, you should get to the system.
Here you go. Here's your phone right now, guys. This is what it's like. You're going crazy.
Not liking it.
I'm using my Caudullo as my webcam, by the way. That's why we were able to do that. So yeah, it works. It looks great. Good exposure. It looks nice. Looks like you might be getting a little bit of lens flare on the right lens, but I also see a little on the left. So it's either a little schmutz on the lens.
It's a sunny day for sure.
But yeah, I don't know what to tell you now at this point because I
We
can't.
don't know what to answer. We don't know
It's
what to answer either.
It's either a software installation problem or it's a hardware problem in your computer.
What do you have the graphics? Sorry, I'm
I've
running.
got an MSI Tomahawk. I'd have to look up the exact specs.
Okay.
Oops, we lost our screen share. Boy, Microsoft just doesn't like to screen share, I tell you.
Yeah.
So I've got an MSI Tomahawk with an i9. What is it? Let me hang on. Let me bring up my system specs.
Yeah.
System info.
I'm on 3070 RTX and Yashas is on 3060 Ti. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
they should
here
do
I've
the
got
job.
let me see if I can highlight this and can I copy it? No, it won't let me. Damn it. It's basically it's an i9 12th gen a 12900 KF processor, 16 core. Then I've got 128 gig of RAM on this machine, and I'm using an RTX 3090.
Okay.
Just have a beast there.
But
It is a
still,
beast. It is a beast.
yeah, but 3070 is not bad.
And still, when I do my Topaz rendering,
You
a
struggle.
10-minute piece takes almost 12 hours, even with my processors.
Of course, of course.
So I just do it. I start it before I go to bed, and then when I wake up and you should hear the machine. The fans kick into overdrive, and it sounds like a jet engine about to take off.
Yeah, yeah. We experienced that.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
But even though I have, even the
If
12
you-
GB of graphics is more than enough, right, for this?
It should be. It should be. I mean, it should do it. Even on, I've got an RTX 2060. This laptop's an i7, ninth gen, and I've got an RTX 2060 in it, and it'll work. It just takes forever and a day.
But yeah, it does.
It's a
I
second
mean,
gen.
how important is
I
this
mean,
footage for you?
Sorry?
How important is this footage?
No, I mean, not so.
It's not
To be
critical.
honest,
It's not client critical.
no. It's
Okay.
it's a more of our own interest.
Good.
We just covered the event, but yeah, we would like to make a cut of it, and for which I think we can do the initial trim with the raw footage, and then maybe send you one for stitch, and then get that out
Sure.
of interest.
No problem. Like I said, I can, if you need to, I can, we can figure out something and I can go ahead and put it together for you and then send it back.
Yeah, we do that. And maybe meanwhile, we'll also give a try with the new shoot just for testing.
Yeah.
And then,
you weren't able, because you're on the same computer, you weren't able to restart. So I would suggest that you go ahead and do it when we get done here, because I've got to take off because it's
yeah.
Here.
No, though I sound pessimist, it won't work. But we'll try.
You got to I got to think positive. Computers have feelings.
We'll do.
Think about it. It's AI now, so pretty soon your computer's going to say, "No, I'm tired. I don't want to work today."
I think that
we
day is
give
not
our,
far enough.
And then you're going to have to be like your wife. You're going to have to say, "Honey, please go ahead and do this for me today. I'll take you out to dinner tomorrow night." That's what AI is going to come to. We're just going to have more complaints on our hands.
Yes.
It's great meeting you guys. We've talked before on chat, Swami, and was really nice. And I'm glad we've got to actually see each other now.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah. And please reach out anytime. I'm happy to help if I can. I'm sorry we didn't find an ultimate solution. If you find out what's wrong, please let me know what it was, because I'm invested in this.
Yeah,
I
I'll definitely
request you
figure this
to
out.
try dig down a little, and if you think, if you are in touch with Canon directly, maybe you have a little more ease of access in terms of inquiring with them, just to see what is the issue. I
Send
will
me the
recite
specs,
right them.
send me the specs on your computer,
I would.
and I will send it over to my guy in Japan.
Sure.
You know that this lens was basically originated out of Japan, not USA.
Okay.
They were the
Okay.
one. Japan was the one that was really pushed this, which is very unusual because usually, because USA has so many more sales, they
Correct.
usually
Yeah, I
buy.
thought it was made in US itself.
Well,
I didn't know.
they like to take credit for it now because it's become a big thing. But the truth of it is that it's Japanese Japanese engineers that worked on it. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys, thank you so
Guys.
much. And
Thank
I
you
hope
Thank
so
you
you.
get
much.
it settled, and I hope you get it fixed, and have a great day.
Yes.
Very much.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank you again.
All right, take
You
care.
have a great day
Thank you.
too. Bye.
Thank you. I will.
Bye.
ಇದೇನ್ ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದು?
ಹಾ ತೋರ್ಸು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡು, ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಾ. ನಮ್ದು ಫೈಲ್ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ, ಅವನ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಬಂತು.
ಹಾ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ MP4 ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. HEVC ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇರೋದು.
ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ನೀನು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ.
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ.
ನಮ್ದು MP4 ಇರೋದು.
ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಸುನಿಲ್
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹಾ
ಹಾ, ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು.
ಅದಾಯ್ತು. ನಮ್ದು
ನೋಡಿ
ಬಂತು, ಇದು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡು, ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಾ.
ಅದೇ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯರ್ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾ?
ಹಾ,
ಅದು ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಜನರಿಕ್ ಎರರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಕೊಡು. ಡಾವಿನ್ಸಿ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡು.
ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ?
ಇದನ್ನ MP4 ಮಾಡಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಲಾ?
ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಅದೇ H.264 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, HEVC ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ
ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಇರೋದೇನು H.264 ತಾನೆ ಇದು?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೋಡೆಕ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಫೈಲ್ದು ಇದೇನು ಕೋಡೆಕ್?
ಫೈಲ್ ಕೋಡೆಕ್ HEVC ನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ MP4.
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್. H.265 ಹೊಸದು, H.264 ಹಳೇದು.
ಹೌದು, ಬಟ್ H.265 ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ರೇಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಕರೆಕ್ಟು.
ನೋಡಿ, ಕೋಡೆಕ್ H.264
ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಫುಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹಾ, ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರೋದಲ್ಲ.
ಸುನೀಲ್, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ? ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಸುನೀಲ್ ಬಂತಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಫೈಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗೋಯ್ತು. ಎಷ್ಟು? ಹಲೋ,
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್.
ಈಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದಪ್ಪ, ಬೇಗ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ.
ನನ್ಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ರೀ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡನ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದವ್ರಂಗೆ ಬಂದು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಯಾರು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬೇಗ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಹೋಗಿ ಲಾಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಏನ್ ಬಂತು ಇದು ಇಶ್ಯೂ?
ಸರ್ ಇದು
ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ರಿಬೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ?
ಮಾಡಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ನೀವು, ಇದು ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾವು. ಈ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು.
ಹೌದು.
ಹಾ, ಈಗೇನಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಅವನದತ್ತು ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ವ ಫೈಲು ಹೊಸದು?
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
ನೋ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ
ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹೊರಗಡೆನೆ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟು.
ನೋ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ.
ರೆಂಡರ್ ಮುಗೀತಾ? ಅದು ರೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇನ್ನು?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮುಗೀತು. ನಾನು
ಬೇಗ
ಮುಗ್ದು
ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಾಯ್ತು ಅದು.
ಬಟ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಖತ್ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅದು?
ಸರ್ H.264 ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಅವ್ರು ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, HEVC ಗಿಗಾಬೈಟ್ ಗಟ್ಲೆ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ H.264 MB ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಫುಲ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹಿಂಗಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಬಿಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ರೇಟ್ಗೆ HEV 265 ಫೈಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು.
ಸರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ HEVC ಕೋಡೆಕ್ಗೂ H.264 ಕೋಡೆಕ್ಗೂ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ರೇಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ?
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದು H.264 ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗೋದು H.264 ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ? ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಏನು? ಈಗ ನೀಗ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಾನು,
ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್
ಫೈಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅದು H.265 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದು.
ಹೌದು,
4 ಅಲ್ಲ 5 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದು.
4 ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ 5 ಅದು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದು H.265. ಅದು ಬ್ಲೂರೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಫೈಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲೂರೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಡಿಡಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ H.264 ಗಿಂತ. 64 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋ ಫೈಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ 1 GB ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅದೇ ಸೈಜ್ 200 ಬಿಟ್ ರೇಟ್ಗೂ 1 GB ಫೈಲು 65 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಹೌದು.
ಏನು ಫೈಲ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದು? ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಪಾತ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಶಸ್, ಇಷ್ಟು ಡೌನ್ ಬರಬೇಡಿ, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಸಿ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ದು.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಅವಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಎರಡೂ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಒಂದೇ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ. GB
ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೈಲ್ಸು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ನಾನು ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ? ಫೋನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ವೆಬ್ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಮಾಡಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸುನಿಲ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ವಾ? ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಫೋನಿಂದ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ, ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಗೆ, ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ.
ಸರಿ ನಾನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ
ಒಂದ್
ರೀಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ
ನಿಮಿಷ
ಮಾಡಿ
ನೋಡ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಏನು
ಇಲ್ಲ
ಅಂತ.
ಅನ್ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ರೀಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನ್ ಬೇಡ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಮಾಡಾಗಿದೆ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೊಂದು ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡೋಣ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ.
ಸುನೀಲ, ಫೋನ್ ಇಂದ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋ, ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸರಿ, ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಫೋನ್ ಇಂದ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಆಡಿಯೋಗೆ.
ಯಾರು ಸರ್ ಅವರು?
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಡಿಟರ್. ಅದು ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ನೇಮು ಜಸ್ಟ್ 180 ಕೊಡಿ, ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಗೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ. ಬರೀ ಹಲೋ, ಈ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಅದೇ? ಫೋನ್ ಇಂದ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಅದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ನಿನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಫೋನ್ ಇಂದ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು? ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ತೆಗೀರಿ. ಅದು ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೀರಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್.
ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಓಕೆ.
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೀರಿ, ಇದು ಅನ್ವಾಂಟೆಡ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಇದನ್ನಷ್ಟೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಬಂತಿದ್ದು? ಲಾಲ್ಬಾಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಸರ್, ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಸರ್. ಇದು
ಓಕೆ, ಹೋಗಿ ಒಳಗೋಗಿ 180 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ. ಹಾ, ತೆಗೀರಿ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಯಾಕಿದೆ?
ಇದು ಅವ್ರು ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ದು, ಇದು ನೀವು ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ದು.
ಅದನ್ನ 1 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇದು 2 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬನ್ನಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ. 418 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು. 41. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ನೀವು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೀರಿ. ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್, ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಲಿ. ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಯೂನಿಟಿ ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ 180 ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ, ಈ ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 418 ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನೋ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡಿ, ನಂಬರ್ 2 ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಒಳಗೋಗಿ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ಸು, CRM. ಸರಿ ಬಿಡಿ, ಹಂಗೆ ಇರಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಪಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು? ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 02 ಹೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, CRM ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, CRM ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. DCIM ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ.
DCIM ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು.
ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ನು CRM ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ನು ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಫೈಲು?
DCIM ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ರಾ ಫೈಲ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಹಂಗಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸರಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ. ಇದು EOS ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ. ಈಗ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ತರಣವಾಯ್ತು. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. ಎಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ, ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಯೂಸರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. ಸೈನ್ ಇನ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ವಿತ್ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಕೊಡಿ.
ನಾನು ಸೈನ್ ಇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ?
ಹಾ, ನಾನು ಇದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಇದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಇದನ್ನು ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಳಗೋಗಿ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ದೇನೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಮಜಾ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. 31 days ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇದು ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್.
ಇದಾ?
ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಪ್ಲಗಿನ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಲೇ.
ಇದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಇದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದು?
ಅದು ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, EOS ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾ,
ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಅದಲ್ಲ?
ಹಾ,
ಇದಾ?
ಹಾ, ಪ್ಲಗಿನ್ ಮಾಡಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಆಗ್ಲೇ.
ಹಾ, ಪ್ಲಗಿನ್ ಮಾಡಾಗಿದೆ.
ಹಾ, ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಓಕೆ ಕೊಡಿ.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಹ್ಮ್, ನಾನು ಒಂದು HEVC ಕೋಡೆಕ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟರ್ ತಲೆ ಬರೀ ಅದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ವಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ವಿಂಡೋಸ್ಗೆ HEVC ಕೋಡೆಕ್ ಇದೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ $1 US ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇದಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ.
ಅವ್ನು $1 ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಕ್ ನಾನು US ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬೇಡ, ಅದು ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅದು.
ಓಕೆ, ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಓಕೆ, ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ, ಇದನ್ನ EOS. ಮತ್ತೆ 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 ಏನದು ರಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ. ಓಕೆ ಕೊಡಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಸರಿ, ಅವನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅವನ್ರಲ್ಲಿ CRM ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ, DSIM ಹೋಗಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅದು.
ಬಟ್ ಇದೊಂದು ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ, ನಂದು ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ CRM ಇದೆಯಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ನಿಮ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲ?
ಹಾ,
ಇಲ್ಲ,
ನಾವು ರಾಲ್ ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷ.
ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು CRM ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ರಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾನನ್ ರಾ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಅದು CRMದು.
ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು ಸರ್? R5 ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
R5 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ, ರೆಂಟಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. CRM ಫೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಎಂಟಿ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ, CRM ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಂತರ ರಾಫ್ ಡೇಜ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದು ಸರಿ ಬಿಡಿ. ಈಗ R5 ಒಂದಿನ ರೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ಇದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯರ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಡಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಮೇಜರ್ ಬಂದು ಫುಟೇಜ್ದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇವಾಗ.
ಏನ್ ಕಥೆನೋ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಈ ತರ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಗೆ ಒದ್ದಾಡಿದ್ ಇವತ್ತೇ
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದನ್ನ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆ ಫೈಲು ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೇಳಿ?
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು HEVC ಇದನ್ನು ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಫೈಲು. ಡಾವಿನ್ಸಿ
ಹೌದು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸುನೀಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಫೋನಿಂದ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ನೀನು ಮತ್ತೆ? ಸರಿ ಯಶ್, ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇರೋ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ನ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಏನೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಇರೋದನ್ನೇ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫೈಲ್ ಕಳಿಸಿ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಸುನೀಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯ ಕಾಲು?
ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಸಾರಿ, ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ಯಾ? ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಆಯ್ತು, ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡು. ನೀನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ನ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಂದ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಫೋನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡು. ಏನ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ತಡಿ ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡ, ಅವನ್ದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಂತೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಇದು 2 ತರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಯಶ್. ಒಂದು 180, ಒಂದು 360, ಎರಡೂ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡೋಣ.
3D 180,
3D 360 ಎರಡು.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು
ಯಾವುದು?
ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ?
ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ನು ಏನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದೆ?
ಅವ್ರು HEVC 444 10 ಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ,
HEVC ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್